Ayer, Bach, Brackett, Buckner-Webb, Cameron, Davis, Durst, Fulcher, Getty, Guthrie, Hagedorn, Hyder, Hill, Johnson, Keogh, Lacey, Lakey, Lodge, Martin, McKenzie, Mortimer, Nonini, Nuxel, Patrick, Pierce, Rice, Schmidt, Sidaway, Stennett, Thane, Tippett, Fick, Work, Winder, Bear, Brackett, Cameron, Durst, Fulcher, Hill, Lodge, McKenzie, Patrick.
Senator Fulcher can be added to the roll call. Roll call shows 28 present, 7 absent excused. Senators Bear and Senators Patrick both have excused absences for today. Quorum being present, Senate will advance second order of business. Prayer by Chaplain James Weberding and Pledge of Allegiance. We'd ask all our friends in the gallery to rise and join us in prayer.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, public conversations concerning crucial matters continue to intensify. And I know that these leaders here feel that pressure. As pressure continues to build on them, I also, observing their character, know that they probably place more pressure on themselves to get things right than even others place on them. And so I ask that as they navigate through the issues that affect the future of our state and its people, that you will give them clear heads, help them to navigate good course. I also ask that you bless them individually and personally today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. We'll now be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by our page, Taylor Davis. Taylor.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Senate will advance to the third order of business, reading corrections of the journal.
February 6, 2013, the Judiciary and Rules Committee reports that the Senate Journal of the proceedings of February 5, 2013 was read and approved as corrected. Lodge Chairman.
The report will be filed in the office of Secretary. Senator Durst will be recognized on the roll call in this order of business. Senator Davis.
Personal privilege.
You have the floor, Senator.
Mr. President, Senators, I've been on this floor for a few years now, and I remember the years where in the second order of business it was prayer. We did not have Pledge of Allegiance. I remember when we amended our rules to add the Pledge of Allegiance. So I've been here during the years we've done the Pledge of Allegiance. That was the best Pledge of Allegiance I've ever seen. Thank you to the gallery. It was wonderful to say the Pledge of Allegiance with you. We're glad to have you here today. A roadmap, if I may, for you. We intend to adjourn by 11 a.m. For the purpose of at least the majority party having a caucus. It is our intent to go into the 10th order of business and grab what is there, as well as into the 13th order of business, but we will probably have very limited time in the third reading calendar, and so We intend to grab the first two bills. Time-wise, if we have another moment or two, we may hop around a little bit to grab bills that time-wise are a little more manageable with, of course, your consent. I would remind you that Monday is the 36th legislative day. That's the last day for non-privileged committees to print bills. And so that means that the bills have to be introduced, which also means we have to come back on the floor after sometime in the afternoon so that we can pick up all those introductions. And so we've got a little management problem on Monday because I know that there are some very important committee meetings that have to be held, and we need to be sensitive to that. And so we'll work with the chairman and find a solution that doesn't have us here at 8 or 9 at night in the 11th order of business. Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent. Senator Goody, subject called the chair.
Objection, Senator, be at ease.
Mr. President.
Senator Mortimer.
Mr. President, I apologize for an introduction, if I could.
You have the floor.
It's been brought to my attention that I have two constituents that have been here for some time, and yet they leave before I get a chance to introduce them, and that is Joanne and Nolan Olson, who are vacationing here, but are also tour guides here, and they're with this large group, and I would just like to recognize them if they would please stand.
Senator Hagedorn.
Thank you, Mr. President, for a point of personal privilege.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. And the large crowd, we're happy to welcome the fifth grade the fifth grade class from Chaparral Elementary in Meridian, and we're very proud that you joined us this morning, and especially as the majority leader indicated in our Pledge of Allegiance. Help me welcoming Chaparral fifth grade class to our chambers.
We're at 3. Senate will come to order. Senate's the third order of business. Senators Bear, Senators Cameron, Senators Lodge, and Senators Brackett, and Senators McKenzie will all be recognized at this order of business. Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent the Senate advance to the sixth order of business.
Without objection, Senate advance sixth order of business. Report to Standing Committee. Senate's at sixth order of business.
The Judiciary and Rules Committee reports that Senate Bill 1053 has been correctly printed. Lodge Chairman.
Senate Bill 1053 will be referred to the Health and Welfare Committee.
February 6, 2013, the Judiciary and Rules Committee reports that the Senate amendments to Senate Bill 1006 and House Bill 12 have been correctly printed. Lodge Chairman.
Report will be filed in the Office of Secretary.
February 6, 2013, the Judiciary and Rules Committee reports that Senate Bill 1006 as amended has been correctly engrossed. Lodge Chairman.
Senate Bill 1006 as amended will be referred to the 11th order of business, first reading.
February 5, 2013, the Transportation Committee reports it has had under consideration the gubernatorial appointment of Charles A. Kemper to the Aeronautics Advisory Board, term to expire January 31, 2018. The committee recommends that said appointment be confirmed by the Senate. Brackett Chairman.
The report of the Transportation Committee will refer to the 10th order of business and held for one legislative day.
February 5, 2013, the Transportation Committee reports out Senate Bill 1043 and 1044 and recommend that they do pass. Brackett Chairman.
Senate Bill 1043 and Senate Bill 1044 will be referred to the 12th order of business.
February 5, 2013, the Health and Welfare Committee reports out House Bill 16 and recommend that it do pass. Hyder Chairman.
House Bill 16 will refer to the 12th order of business, second reading.
February 6, 2013, the State Affairs Committee reports out House Concurrent Resolution 4 and recommend that it do pass. McKenzie, Chairman.
House Concurrent Resolution number 4 will be referred to the 10th order of business as held for one legislative day.
February 6, 2013, the State Affairs Committee reports out Senate Bill 1025 and recommend that it do pass. McKenzie, Chairman.
Senate Bill 1025 will refer to the 12th order of business, second reading calendar.
February 6, 2013, the Local Government and Taxation Committee reports out House Bill 14, 15, 22, and House Bill 23 and recommend that they do pass. Sit-away, Chairman.
House Bills 14, 15, 22, and 23 will all be referred to the 12th order of business, second reading.
There is no further business in the 6th order, Mr. President.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent. Senate advance to the 9th order of business.
Objection to Senate advance to 9th order of business. Messages from the House. Senate's at the 9th order of business.
February 5, 2013, Mr. President, I transmit herewith House Bill 42, 39, 40, 26, 28, and House Bill 46, which have passed the House. Alexander, Chief Clerk.
House Bills 42, 39, 40, 26, 28, and 46 will be referred to the 11th order of business for introduction.
There is no further business in the 9th order, Mr. President.
Senate advance 10th order of business. Motion to resolution. Senate's at the 10th order of business and has for final consideration the report of the State Affairs Committee on the appointment of Greg Shade to the State Building Authority. The Secretary will read the report.
February 4th, 2013, the State Affairs Committee reports it has had under consideration the gubernatorial appointment of Gregory J. Shade to the State Building Authority, term to expire January 1st, 2017. The committee recommends that said appointment be confirmed by the Senate. McKenzie, Chairman.
Senator Buckner-Webb.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate adopt the committee report.
Senator Winder.
Thank you, Mr. President. I second the motion.
Been moved and seconded that the Senate adopt the report of the State Affairs Committee. Senator Buckner-Webb is recognized to open debate on the committee report.
Mr. President, I'm pleased to present to the Senate floor today Dr. Gregory Shade for consideration of his appointment to the State Building Authority. Dr. Shade is a graduate of Nampa High School, the University of Idaho, and Northwestern University. He is a well-known and highly respected member of the Treasure Valley community. Dr. Shade has served as general dentist in the U.S. Army from 1968 to 1971. Upon completion of his tour of duty in Europe, he completed graduate orthodontic education and operated in private practice with offices in Boise and Nampa from 1973 until his retirement in 2003. In fact, my son's beautiful smiles are due in part to Dr. Shade's artistry. He is a member of numerous professional organizations, including but not limited to the American Association of Orthodontists, Idaho State Dental Association, Southwest Idaho District Dental Society, American Association of Dentists, and more and more. Concurrently, Dr. Shade has held a number of positions with family-owned businesses, including board of directors, general and managing partner. Dr. Shade's dedication to the public is clearly illustrated by his service as a member on multiple community boards, including the Crane Creek Country Club, Bogus Basin Ski Race Alliance, Idaho State Soccer Select Team, Boise Parks and Recreation, the Arid Club, and the University of Idaho Foundation, the Chamber of Commerce. The list continues to go on and on. Dr. Shade has a broad and extensive background, commitment to the community, and an admirable willingness to serve. I'm honored to present to you today and urge your aye vote for approval to the State Building Authority.
Debate being open. Is there further debate on the committee report? Hearing no further debate, Senator Buckner-Webb is recognized to close debate.
Debate is closed.
Debate being closed. The question is, will the Senate adopt the report of the State Affairs Committee on the appointment of Greg Shade, State Building Authority? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed nays. The ayes have it. The report has been adopted and the governor will be so notified. Senate now has for final consideration Senate Concurrent Resolution number 103. The Secretary will read the resolution.
In the Senate, Senate Concurrent Resolution number 103 by Transportation Committee. A concurrent resolution stating findings of the legislature and encouraging the Idaho Department of Commerce in collaboration with the University of Idaho, Boise State University, Idaho State University, the College of Western Idaho, and other stakeholders to coordinate comments and identify a lead entity to prepare a proposal on behalf of the state for Idaho to be selected as one of the Federal Aviation Administration's 6 unmanned aircraft system test sites.
Mr. President.
Senator Winder.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask unanimous consent for the reading of Senate Concurrent Resolution 103 be dispensed with. Journal show it's been read at length.
Second motion.
And seconded.
Sorry. No, you don't have a motion yet.
Oh, hearing no objection, Senator Winder is recognized to open debate on Senate Concurrent Resolution number 103.
Mr. President, I still need to make a motion. I'd like to do that. Mr. President, I move the adoption of Senate Concurrent Resolution 103.
Senator Work.
President, I second the motion.
Been moved and seconded that the Senate adopt Senate Concurrent Resolution number 103. Senator Winder is recognized to open debate on the resolution.
Mr. President.
Debate is open.
Thank you, Mr. President.
It is.
I appreciate it very much to have you give me the opportunity to present this to you this morning. Just a little background. I was approached about a year ago by a group of men and women that are involved in unmanned aircraft. Two of the principals in this group live in the Eagle area. They are currently active duty military. They actually fly unmanned aircraft really in all different environments around the world. They, along with many others around the world, see an opportunity for advancement of unmanned aircraft and providing services that in some case are too risky for the life of a human being or a pilot to be in that aircraft. And some of you might say, well, aren't you a pilot? Aren't you an old Navy guy? Why are you going for these unmanned aircraft? And I do see it as a way to the future, and I do see it as a tremendous business and economic development opportunity for Idaho. I think that unmanned aircraft can be used in lots of different ways. They can be used for agricultural purposes. They can be used for, in some cases where appropriate, law enforcement. Can be used for firefighting. When we have these huge forest fires, it's difficult and risky to put a man into an airplane and fly them around through smoke. They can actually use unmanned aircraft and the sensors today to inspect and know what's going on with those fires. One of the unique opportunities that Idaho has is to develop a curriculum. And you might ask, well, why are the universities and the colleges part of this? In order to develop the computer science and the engineering, the aeronautics skills that would have to be developed, we do need a support system starting at the community college level and going through advanced degrees. Obviously, that'll take a while to develop, but we have the universities and the colleges on board, and they see this as a great opportunity. If you want to know some areas that are doing this already in preparation for this, Google the University of North Dakota Aeronautics. You'll find that they have an extensive program going on, as well as the University of New Mexico in New Mexico. This has the ability to generate many jobs, not only at the educational level, but at the research level, as well as potential manufacturing level. And Idaho is unique. We have a great amount of open space. We have the ability of less traffic overhead as far as other aircraft or commercial aircraft. We have military training restricted areas available to us. And we have the National Laboratory in eastern Idaho that is already doing a significant amount of this work. And you may not know this or not, but they're one of the leaders in developing sensors to find buried explosive devices in war zones. And they're credited with saving many, many lives and injuries because of that. This deals with civilian use. It's not for military purposes. It would be developed for civilian uses. And there are lots of people doing this in little ways. There was a farmer from Moscow that called me, and he's been using a UAV for about 10 years to look at crop deprivation, moisture control, a lot of different things, just the growth of his crop for watering and all sorts of things. So there's some real unique uses for that in agriculture, and that's one of the reasons University of Idaho is so interested in this. You may have seen a little TV program on the news last week. Idaho Power uses it to actually find I think they call them the red beds for salmon nesting areas along the Snake River. And so there's lots of applications for them. The physical impact on this is $25,000 approximately for the Department of Commerce, and it currently has it in its budget. I'm not sure the exact line item it's in, but they do have that available for help in this. There'll be other money to put in by the private sector to go into this application process. But I think this is something that's good for Idaho and good for our area and takes advantage of the uniqueness of Idaho. We also have a companion bill, as some of you might be aware, that deals with protecting the constitutional and privacy rights of individuals that will parallel this. So I think we'll deal with hopefully those issues that might concern people about potential invasion of their privacy and their maintaining their constitutional rights. That's actually going through the State Affairs Committee at this time. With that, Mr. President, debate's open.
For the debate, Senator Bach.
Yes, Mr. President, to debate against the bill.
You have the floor.
Thank you. I will be brief. I think the growing technology that we face in this world is an ever-present threat to our privacy. And quite frankly, no amount of other resolutions saying that our privacy is going to protect it makes me feel comfortable. Every one of you may have a cell phone in your pocket. With that cell phone, assuming you have your location GPS turned on, you can be identified. Your location can be identified. The list goes on and on, but suffice it to say, because of my privacy concerns, which I think should be paramount, and the uses to which this technology can be placed, I will vote no, and I urge you to do the same.
For the debate.
Oh, I could have a roll call vote. Excuse me.
It's not necessary because it contemplates expenditure of funds, but it's nice of you to stand up. For the debate, Senator Hagedorn.
Thank you, Mr. President, to debate for the bill. To add to the companion bill, I think it's important that the body understand that one of the things that was discussed in committee was also the privacy issues. And I think that companion bill, once that comes to the floor, everyone will see that that's been very well handled. I think something else that the body should be aware of, in the last 10 years, the state has lost at least 3 lives of fish and game officials going out in helicopters and counting animals. This is a perfect application of Fish and Game being able to use one of those UAVs to do those herd counts, to understand what our wildlife situation is throughout the state. Yet today we can't do that. We have these restrictions and limitations. The technology exists. Now there are media reports today. Globally, there are UAV questions about the proper utilization of UAVs. And I think that our state could lead the way in protecting the rights and the lives and the security of individuals while leveraging the technology and making that useful for the state to manage not only our wildlife, wildfires, all of those regions in the state that are just truly hard for us to get to. And so I think that this is a great opportunity not only for state management and resources, but for economic growth and employment as well. So I urge your yes vote on this bill.
For the debate, Senator Rice.
Mr. President, Senators, you know, we talk a lot about privacy protections, and privacy isn't that you won't be seen while you walk down the street or somebody won't know that we're at the Capitol today. We do a lot of things with technology. The same cell phone tracking technology that you can find out where you're at is used to find lost telephones or stolen telephones or stolen cars. we do have privacy rights. We do protect them. The companion bill does a good job with that and the balance. We also need to remember that keeping up with technology and being part of the development of these useful technologies is a benefit to the protection of privacy too. If someone dies in a crash of a helicopter trying to identify those red beds, they don't have any more privacy. There's nothing left to protect. But development of this technology allows us to protect that life and the ongoing privacy right as well. And so we need to think about those things and not just take one aspect of privacy and say that's the only aspect there is. There's a lot more to it. It's a good, useful technology that has a lot of benefits for people, and there are good, sound ways to protect privacy regardless. Thank you.
For the debate, Senator Bach, for what reason do you rise?
Yes, to debate for a second time.
Does any senator wish to debate for the first time? Senator Bach is recognized to debate for a second time.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President, fellow senators. When we are dealing with the locators on our iPads or our smartphones, I have a new smartphone, which I still haven't learned to use yet, we have the ability to turn off that locator. Personally, I don't know of the extent of our ability to do that, but it is an option. And I would say that if, for example, if I'm doing a search with my iPad, I am given a dialog box as Google essentially wants to track you. Do you want them to do that? And I always push no. Now, when we're talking about drones flying over who knows where, at perhaps a low elevation, with much greater definition than the satellites might have, I think it raises a whole new spectrum of privacy exposure. And that's something we want to think about. We can't turn off that drone. If there's a drone going up there, we don't have the ability to push a button and say, don't track me. We're going to be tracked, and we're going to be tracked with much greater resolution than you can imagine. So I urge, again, your no vote on this resolution.
For the debate. Hearing no further debate, Senator Winters recognized closed debate on Senate Concurrent Resolution 103.
Thank you, Mr. President. Debate's closed.
Debate being closed. Question is, Senate Concurrent Resolution 103 passed. Senate Secretary will call the roll.
Bear. Bayer. Bach. Brackett. Buckner Webb. Cameron. Davis. Durst. Fulcher. Getty. Guthrie. Hagedorn. Hyder. Hill. Johnson. Keogh. Lacey. Lakey. Lodge. Martin. McKenzie. Mortimer. Nonini. Nuxel. Patrick. Pierce. Rice. Schmidt. Sitaway. Stennett. Thane. Tippett. Vick. Work. Winder. Bayer. Durst. Fulcher. Hill. Johnson. Nuxel. Patrick. Pierce. Work.
Roll call shows 27 ayes, 6 noes, 1 absent, excused. The majority have voted affirmative. Senate Concurrent Resolution 103 is passed Senate. The correction title, hearing none, the title is approved. And Senate Concurrent Resolution 103 will be transmitted to the House. Senate now has for
Mr. President, point of order, if I might.
You have the floor.
I apologize. The vote that was announced didn't add up to 35. I don't know if I misheard or not.
20, Senator, did I announce 28?
You did announce 28 and then 27.
It's 28.
Thank you, Mr. President.
There's a 7 and an 8 on there.
President, which of those numbers will we be using?
Whatever is recorded in the journal by my announcement.
Announcement, Mr. President.
28.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ask unanimous consent, Senate advance to the 11th order of business.
Without objection, Senate advance the 11th order of business. First reading reference to bills. Senate's at the 11th order of business. Senator Davis.
Unanimous consent that all bills on first reading be read by number, author, and title only, and the journal show they've been read at length.
Without objection, so ordered.
In the Senate, Senate Bill number 1054 by Education Committee, an act relating to education and graduation requirements, to provide that the reading and comprehension of Atlas Shrugged shall be a requirement of high school graduation. In the Senate, Senate Bill number 1055 by Education Committee, an act relating to education and internet-based expenditure website. In the Senate, Senate Bill number 1056 by Education Committee, an act relating to school attendance, to provide that the Board of Trustees shall deny enrollment to any pupil found guilty of a crime of violence or who was imprisoned for 1 year or longer. In the Senate, Senate Bill number 1057 by Education Committee, an act relating to education, to establish provisions relating to a district utilizing a portion of instructional staff allowance for visits between the teacher and the parents or guardians. In the Senate, Senate Bill number 1058 by State Affairs Committee, an act relating to sale of keg beer, to revise the size of a keg of beer that a dealer or wholesaler is allowed to sell to a consumer at his licensed premises.
Senate bills, Senator Patrick will be recorded present at this order of business. Senate bills 1054, 1055, 1056, 1057, and 1058 will all be referred to the Judiciary and Rules Committee for printing.
In the Senate, Senate Bill number 1006 as amended by Transportation Committee, an act relating to the Idaho Transportation Board, to provide that abandonment shall proceed pursuant to law, to remove language relating to certain powers and duties of the board as they relate to a board decision to abandon, relocate, or replace certain highways.
Senate Bill 1006 as amended will be referred to the 12th order of business, second reading.
In the House of Representatives, House Bill number 42 by State Affairs Committee, an act relating to counties, to revise the boundary descriptions of Gooding County and Jerome County, to revise the boundary descriptions of Lincoln County and Minidoka County. In the House of Representatives, House Bill number 39 by Transportation and Defense Committee, an act relating to recreational vehicles, to provide that the initial license fees for recreational vehicles shall be prorated on a monthly basis for new owners, and subsequent renewals of annual licenses shall require annual fees. In the House of Representatives, House Bill number 40 by Transportation and Defense Committee, an act relating to cross-country skiing. In the House of Representatives, House Bill number 26 by Business Committee, an act relating to the installation of heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems. In the House of Representatives, House Bill number 28 by Business Committee, an act relating to manufactured home dealer and installer licensing. In the House of Representatives, House Bill number 46 by Business Committee, an act relating to fire escapes and doors.
House Bill 42 will be referred to the State Affairs Committee. House Bill 39 will be referred to the Transportation Committee. House Bill 40 will be referred to the Resources Environment Committee. And House Bills 26, 28, and 46 will all be referred to the Commerce and Human Resources Committee.
In the House of Representatives, House Bill number 12, as amended in the Senate by Revenue and Taxation Committee, an act relating to sales and use tax, to delete obsolete language and to provide a sales tax exemption for food purchased with benefits provided under the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program.
House Bill 12, as amended in the Senate, will be referred to the 12th order of business. Second reading.
There is no further business in the 11th order, Mr. President.
Senate will advance 13th order of business. Third reading of bill. Senate's at the 13th order of business. Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I believe we were in the 11th order of business.
Oh, I'm sorry, Senator. We were at the 11th order of business. Senate will advance 12th order of business. Second reading. Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that all bills on second reading be read by number and author only, and the journal show they've been read at length.
Hearing no objection, so ordered.
In the Senate, Senate Bill number 1032 by Judiciary and Rules Committee. In the Senate, Senate Bill number 1010 by Health and Welfare Committee.
Did you read both of these? Senate Bill 1032 and Senate Bill 1010 will be referred to the third reading calendar.
There is no further business in the 12th order, Mr. President.
Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent Senate advance to the 15th order of business.
Objection, Senate advance 15th order of business. Miscellaneous business adjournment. Senate's at the 15th order of business. Senator Davis.
Personal privilege, if I may.
You have the floor.
Thanks, Mr. President. Senators, we're soon going to adjourn to the hour of 11:15 a.m. tomorrow. In a moment, I will ask for introductions or announcements. I do have my three county commissioners that join me, one of whom has already received his introduction for the year, and so I am not going to reference Roger Christensen. However, he is joined by his two colleagues and dear friends of mine. Former member of the Senate, Senator Lee Staker, joins us, and also another good friend of mine, Dave Radford. Please welcome them to the Senate, if you would. You're welcome to privately welcome Roger Christensen if you desire, but that's not what I meant. As you know, each year I need to return home about this time for 2 days for board meetings and shareholders meetings for our family business. So I'll be leaving this afternoon, and we'll miss you over the next couple of days, but I'll tune in when possible. I leave you in the very capable hands of the Assistant Majority Leader, who's ready to go over the next couple of days, but be aware of that. Prior to adjournment, I ask if there are introductions or announcements.
Further announcements. Senator Lacey.
Mr. President, I would like to announce that the Idaho Commission on Hispanic Affairs will be having their legislative reception tonight at 4:30 to 6:30 just across the street.
Senator Winder.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a quick announcement. The Idaho Physical Therapy Association Day is on the second floor rotunda. They'd like you to come by. They're open until 2 o'clock today.
I've got this crick in my back. Senator Fulcher.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senators, the majority party will be having a caucus immediately on adjournment.
Further announcements. Senator Davis.
Mr. President, I have an announcement. My apologies, Senators. Prior to the renovation of the Capitol, you may recall that on the fourth floor we had the very large, well, semi-large room that we called the Gold Room. And the Gold Room held a variety of significant historical events and large committee meetings and the like. Well, the Idaho Council on Industry and Environment has continued the tradition, and they hold a series of workshops, and they've continued the name of the Gold Room, even though we now use the auditorium in the west wing of the Capitol. And today the group is going to sponsor at 1:30 the Senate Resources and Environment Committee and the House Environment, Energy, and Technology Committee holding a joint meeting to discuss Idaho's nuclear industry, past, present, and future. In a very unique way, they will be receiving the Line Commission's Leadership in Nuclear Energy report that I have had the privilege of serving on, as well as others, and that report will be made public. And you are encouraged to be there if your schedule allows. The Commission's report will be made available. Additionally, in a more unique way as well, that report will be made with the governor of our great state present, and he has it's my understanding, a few remarks that he'll make at the beginning. Again, that's 1:30 down in the auditorium. You are all welcome to join. Mr. President, I move the Senate adjourn to the hour of 11:15.
Senator, a moment. Senator Pierce has got an announcement.
Please.
Good. Senator Pierce.
Mr. President, just an announcement. Our committee resources and environment meeting day at 1:15. We're going to meet just ahead of that joint meeting where the governor will be there, but we need to take care of a few things right quick. So 1:15. Please be on time.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Davis.
Thank you. I appreciate, Chairman, you mentioning that. I move the Senate adjourn to the hour 11:15 a.m. tomorrow.
Senator Stinnett.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
Moved and seconded. The Senate adjourn till 11:15 tomorrow. All in favor say aye. All opposed nay. The ayes have it. We are adjourned.